Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rukah, Kodash. All right. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to Allah Akim that is doing the work in sincerity and charity with humiliation all across the four winds. To you I salute. All right. Today we're going to be going into reincarnation again because last week, we pretty much had a little debate with a pastor, but as y'all can see, he didn't really understand that. Well, he don't believe that actually. All right. All right, so. Yeah, man. Your idea, boy. You far, boy. Yeah. Yeah, man, but he didn't believe in reincarnation. All right, you can hold Hebrews 9 and 27 for me. All right, so today we're going to be going into that, showing you that you live again after you die. Well, yeah, man, so,
yeah.
It's a lot. Oh, that's what she's parking. Yeah, man, it's a lot here for that.
You mean the Jeep?
Yeah? Yeah, all right. Yeah? Man, down in the road, man. Yeah, man, we can deal with that, man. Yeah. Man, that ain't in a way, but anyhow, she lock you for that, but camera stand, fall down. Yeah, man, like I say, we're gonna touch on reincarnation, man, because Pastor Porkchop, they may have no understanding of the scriptures. The only thing they understand, man, is how the damn swing people out of their hard-earned money, man. All right, talking shit, but will a man rob God? You understand? And when you go into that, you'll see that Israel was already under the curses anyhow. All right, so that's what that is talking about, man. It ain't that a man could rob God, or you could rob the Most High, and He created everything. All right, that's foolishness, man. That ain't make no sense at all. But like I said today, we're gonna touch on this reincarnation thing to bring out the edification on that. Shalom, shalom. Yeah, man. The camera standing up, falling down, man. So it's a lock here for that. It ain't up nothing to really start it up with. Look. Yeah. More the thing up.
Try and put it in this one, larger than that.
Very good. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a lock here for that, Hopefully it's a little better. Shit, boy, yeah, but fully the mic, man. Yeah. All right. So, Like I was saying, right? We're gonna go into the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 27, man. Bring out some edification on it. All right. So we're gonna go into this topic because a lot of people don't understand reincarnation. All right. So, and also reincarnation got a lot of people tripped up. Like that pastor what was here last week. All right. As y'all can see, he didn't know a shit about reincarnation. As a matter of fact, he didn't even believe it. All right. Yeah, man. And they like to use the same precept, Hebrews 9 and 27, to justify themselves in saying that a man can only live once. All right? Live once upon the earth. And that's because they say that because they are not knowing the scriptures. You see? So we're going to break down the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 27, showing you and proving to you reincarnation is in the scriptures, man. All right? So let's bring out Hebrews 9:27.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 9 and 27. And as it is appointed unto man once to die, but after this, the judgment.
Done. All right. So when people read this, they say, "See, man only live once, and then they die." All right. So the scripture isn't wrong. Now the thing, what is wrong is their understanding. See what I said? They don't understand that, but we can break it down though. All right. So let's read that again.
This is the book of Hebrews 9 and 27. And as it is appointed unto man once to die, but after this, the judgment.
Right. So we have to get the understanding of what Paul is saying. Okay, because Paul says, Peter says that Paul letters is weighty and heavy. And a lot of these pastors, they twist them up to make it fit what they wanted to fit to get into the people's pocket. All right? But we're going to go into that, man. All right? So now, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to look up the word man, all right, in the Greek. All right? You good. Let me remember that. Hebrews 9 and 27, the word man in the Greek. All right? Yeah, man, we look up words, man. All right? So this is going to give you a better understanding of what that scripture is saying. All right? Read.
It's a strong definition of the word man. One, a human being, whether male or female, generically to include all human individuals to distinguish man from beings of a different order, of animals and plants, of the Most High, of the angels, with the added notion of weakness by which man is led into a mistake or prompted to sin, with the adjunct notion of contempt or disdainful pity, with reference to a twofold nature of man, body and soul.
See that? The reference of what? Read that one again.
With reference to the twofold nature of man, body and soul.
Right. So it is appointed unto a human being to die once. Now, let's look up the word die. All right, in the Greek. To understand what it's saying. All right, because someone will read that at face value and they go completely off without the understanding. All right? What you got? Die.
Definition of die, which is G599. To die, of the natural death of man, of the violent death of man or animals, to perish by means of something, of trees which dry up, of seeds which rot when planted, of eternal death, to be subject to eternal misery.
Done. Read the first one again.
Of the natural death of man.
See that, of the natural death of man. All right. Read the next one.
Of the violent death of man or animals.
Of the violent death of man and animals. All right. So it is appointed unto man once to live, but after that, the judgment. Okay? So it is appointed unto a human being to die once, but after this, the judgment. So now, after you die, all right, a natural death, all right, and all that is your spirit leaving your body, your spirit separating your body. That's death. Okay? So you receive a judgment. All right. So now, right, what's the receiving of this judgment? Read that again, Hebrews 9:27.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 9 and 27. And as it is appointed unto man once to die, but after this, the judgment.
Right, it says after this the judgment. So what is the judgment? You see what I saying? And where judgment is served. You see what I said? So you receive the judgment in the flesh, in your flesh when you die. Now watch this. We can make it plain. We can make it plain so that how you gonna receive this judgment? That's because your spirit lives on. All right, the spirit don't die. All right, it lives on, and your spirit is a fire and energy that comes from the Most High. All right, and the Most High ain't gonna destroy a part of Himself. All right, they ain't gonna teach that up in these holiday houses, man. Okay. All right. So your spirit get the judgment. All right. Your spirit is the one that lives on after you die as a human being. All right. So now let's look up the word judgment. All right, in Hebrews 9:27.
Judgment. Transliteration, crisis, phonetic, precess. A separating, sundering, separation. A trial, contest.
Right. Give me the first one again.
A separating, sundering, separation.
Right. Read.
A trial, contest. Selection, judgment. Opinion or decision given concerning anything.
Right. Opinion or decision given concerning with anything. Right. Now watch this. And who's given this decision concerning anything? And this anything is concerning how you live your life as a particular human being upon the face of the earth. All right, and who have that decision on that? You see what I said? God. So now give me 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. You see? All right. Because all the judgment is given to Yahweh. God. You see that? Okay.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in the body according to that he had done, whether it be good or bad.
Right, so after our spirit leaves, after your spirit leaves your body, or the human body, we go to the judgment seat of Yahweh Shai. You see that? Because the scripture tells you that Yahweh Shai, that the Most High, He gave His judgment. He gave the judgment of everybody to Yahweh Shai. See that? All right, so the Most High gave all judgment to Yahweh Shai. All right. So in the spirit world, we go to Yahweh Shai, we go before Yahweh Shai, before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shai, all right, to receive that decision for the things done when what we did in our bodies. You see what I said? All right, according to what we have done, whether it be good or bad. All right, so after we get that sentence, now where do you go? Okay? Where do we serve that sentence? All right, so if we don't come back in the flesh, where is that sentence served? See what I'm saying? Because once again, they don't understand judgment, they don't understand reincarnation. You see what I'm saying? This is the question, what these Christian pastors don't understand, man. For people who say that reincarnation don't exist. So according to the scripture, we'll find out when we come back in the flesh to serve that sentence. All right, so now give me the book of 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 35. All right, because Pastor Pork Chop, who was here last week, he said he don't believe in reincarnation, but yet he won one of the apostles, but he won the scripture, he won the Bible. You see it right there? 14 and 35. Watch this.
Book of 2 Ezra, chapter 14, verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Salakia. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
Done. All right. It says, for after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. But I thought the scripture says it's appointed unto man once to live, once to die. You see that? so someone without understanding will think that that's a contradiction. All right? Read that first line to me again, Babu Bisha.
For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again.
Right, for after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. All right?
And then,
the last, which we just read. So after death, which is the death of the flesh, shall the judgment come, which is the judgment of the spirit, when we appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Jai to receive what we did. All right? When we shall live again, and then shall the name of the righteous be made manifest, and the works of the ungodly be declared. So after judgment, so after the judgment, after the death, then the judgment come, and then we live again. So now, when do we live again? When do we come back in the flesh? We come back in the flesh through a process which you call reincarnation. All right. When you look up the word reincarnation, re is back, in is incarnate, is flesh. All right. So when we back in our body, all right. That's why when you come back, if you was a wicked person in your past life, all right, then guess what? You're going to receive evil in your next life. See what I'm saying? Because now you're serving out your judgment. All right? All right, and if you was a righteous person doing the right things according to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, then you're going to receive righteousness in your new life. All right? Basically, mercy when you come back as whoever. All right? All right? So now let's go to Job, because Job talks about dying. All right? Because if you know anything about the book of Job, or if you know anything about Job, all right, he was living basically a pretty low-sum life. All right? He lost everything. All right? He was full of all kind of oils and shit. All right? He was basically catching hell. All right? And he made a statement, all right, in the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 13. All right? So basically, he was asking the Most High to kill him. Yeah? Right? He wished for that. All right? So after he made this statement, he asked this question. All right? So give me the book of Job, chapter 14 and 13.
book of Job, chapter 14, starting at verse 13. O that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, that thou wouldest keep me secret, until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me a set time and remember me.
Right, so basically Job was asking the Most High to kill him, man, because all the hell and affliction he was going through. You see what I said? Now why Job did that? You see what I said? Let's read on, verse 14.
If a man die, shall he live again?
You see that? If a man dies, shall he live again? Now Job asking a rhetorical question. See that? That's it on that.
All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come.
Done. All right. So this appointed time that Job is asking about was for when he was going to live again. Done. All right. He didn't want to live in the flesh as Job no more because he was catching hell. All right. Yeah, man. So the bottom line is Job understands the process of reincarnation. All right. That's why he said what he said. You know, read verse 14 again.
If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come.
Done. All right. That's why Job made that statement. All right. That's plain, that simple. People at the pork shop, them don't know this, man, because they don't believe in that. All right. So obviously, if he don't believe in that, he don't know that. And this wasn't revealed to him, man. You know? Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, man. So now we understand that after a man dies, he live again. All right, because even Job and all said it. All right, so now let's look up this word, live. All right, Job 14 and 14. Let's look up this word live to get some understanding on that. All right.
Transliteration is koyo. Koyo. To live, have life, remain alive, sustain life, live prosperously, live forever, be quickened, be alive, be restored to life or health.
Can be restored to life. You see that? Beautiful, man. All right, because we already know that the spirit never dies. All right, so the spirit can live because the spirit never dies. So Job understood the process of reincarnation, man. All right, he was asking if a human being dies, shall he live again? All right, now we just gone into the word live. It says to be quickened. What else?
To revive,
To revive.
be quickened from sickness, from discouragement, from faintness, from death.
Done. All right, so we're gonna live again. All right. That plain, that simple, man. All right. You know, and that's the appointed time when he was looking forward to the spirit. Because like I stated earlier, he didn't want to live as Job in the flesh no more because he was catching hell. All right, and verse 13, Job was asking the Most High to kill him. All right. All right. So back here in verse 14 again. All right. When you look up the word change, you see, because there's a lot of meat in there, man. Let's look up the word change in the Hebrew in Job 14 and 14.
And the word change, the phonetic for that is called evolve. A change, replacement, change of ramen, release, relief from death,
See that?
changing, varying, course of life.
Can. So now right here we understand that the body is a garment. You see what I said? Why? For your spirit is dwelling. All right? Or raiment for the spirit. So Job was saying he will wait until he get this changed body. He's going to wait until he get his new body. All right? Or replacement. Or replacement body, because that body he was in was full of all kinds of sores and boils and pain and shit. Suffering. So he wanted another body. He wanted to be put to death. All right? Reincarnation all through the scriptures, man. You see? He wanted to die to get a new human body, which is reincarnation. All right? So now, moving along. Let's jump now to the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 5. All right?
Hebrews 11 and 5. By faith, Enoch was translated, but he should not see death.
Don, read that again.
By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death.
Right, by faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death. Okay? All right? That he should not see death. So Enoch, he didn't die a natural or violent death as humans do. Okay? Enoch was translated. Because if you look up the word translated, all right?
To transpose two things, one of which is put in place of the other. To transfer, to change. To transfer oneself or suffer oneself to be transferred. To go or pass over. To fall away or desert from one person or thing to another.
Done. All right, so his spirit was transferred from a human body to a celestial body. All right? He was translated. That's how he got in the chariots. All right. So that's what happened to Enoch. So he didn't see that. So now, if you look up this word death, let's look this word death up. That he should not see death, right? Let's see what that is. All right.
Phonetic for that is Danato. It reads the death of the body. That separation, whether natural or violent, of the soul and the body by which the life on earth is ended,
Done.
with the implied idea of future misery in hell.
Done. All right. So that's what death is. Basically, spirit separating from your body. Whether you have a natural death or a violent death, the spirit still separates from your body. All right. The spirit leaves your body. Your life is ended when the spirit inside your body leaves your body. All right. So Enoch didn't see that because his actual physical body got changed. Okay. All right. So now let's jump back into the book of Job. Read Job chapter 19, verse 25. All right. So Pastor Pork Chop again. Again, Pastor Pork Chop wrong again. See?
The book of Job chapter 19 and 25. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth.
Done. All right. And that's this time because that's the time we would be in right now. All right. Job said he know that his Redeemer liveth. Job is actually prophesying with Yahushai. You see what I said? All right. Yeah, man. Give me verse 26.
This is the book of Job 19 and 26. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see Yahweh.
Right. So that present body that he was in, he said this. All right. Read that again.
Job 19 and 26.
But remember now, Job wanted to die. You see? All right.
And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see Yahweh.
Right. Yet in this flesh shall you see the Most High. So now this is Job. Now this is written thousands of years ago. You see what I'm saying? But he's saying that he's going to see his Redeemer, and he's going to be in this flesh. See what I'm saying? Yeah, man. All right. So now how he's going to do that? Let's go through the process of reincarnation. See what I'm saying? All right. Said that because he understood that present body that he was in was going to be destroyed, and that he was going to see the Most High in a new body. All right, with 27.
Job 19 and 27. Whom I shall see for myself.
See that?
And
Whom I shall see for myself. Read.
and my eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me.
Done. Reincarnation. So Pastor Bob Job, you lie again. Not lie, but you've been enlightened. All right. So he's saying the same thing that he said back in Job chapter 14, verse 14. All right. So now, if we go to what Yahushua said in John chapter 6, verse 63, but your spirit. All right, give me John 6 and 63. Done. All right.
John chapter 6, starting at verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Done. All right. So the spirit that is in you, it makes you alive. All right. So when Pastor Paul said, but John the Baptist come in the spirit of Elijah, that's because that is Elijah. All right. Because we already see that the spirit never dies. All right. Read that precept again, Papa Bishop.
It
No,
is
we
the-
ain't understand that.
It's John chapter 6, verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Done. Like I say, the spirit that's in you makes you alive. Nah. Let's look up the word quickening. Done.
They in the spirit, they ain't in the flesh.
Done. All right. That's how come we was able to cut past the pork chop so deep, man. All right. Then he damn start to get emotional. Yeah. Quickening.
Word quickening. To produce a life, begot or bear, living young. To cause to live, make alive, give life. By spiritual power to arouse and invigorate, to restore to life, to give increase of life. That's a physical life of the spirit, quickening as respects the spirit, endued with new and greater powers of life.
Gone. So the spirit that is in you is the only thing that is alive. Because the scripture says the flesh profited nothing. All right?
That's why when the spirit leaves the body,
That's it.
the only thing you got left is a shell.
Gone.
The body just a vessel transporting your soul.
That's it. All right? Because if you take the spirit out of the body, what makes you alive, you know, that's your actual spirit that what makes you alive. All right? That's in your body, which is eternal. All right? Because the spirit never dies. All right? The spirit can't die because it comes directly from the Most High. Give me Hebrews 12:9. All right? See? They don't know the scriptures, man. They don't study the scriptures. That's why he could come up here and talk all that shit last week. You see?
The book of Hebrews 12:9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us. We gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?
Can't. All right? And that's what the Most High is. He's the Father of spirits. So after your spirit leaves your body, it goes back to the Father of spirits. All right? Ecclesiastes chapter 12:7 goes into that. All right? Someone you could bring out that precept? Yeah, Ecclesiastes 12:7. All right?
Right? This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth
Right.
as it was.
Right, so your body break back down to the elements of the earth, which you come from dust, so you go back to dust. Right?
And the spirit shall return unto God who giveth.
Right, and the spirit return unto the Most High, you give it. All right? So when you die, your spirit goes back to the Most High. All right? So now, when you read the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 27, all right, we should have an understanding what that is speaking about. All right? Someone with no knowledge of the scriptures would take it for what it is. All right? That plain, that simple. You know? All right.
Ecclesiastes 8 and 8. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 8. There is no man that had power over the spirit to retain the spirit.
Gone.
Meaning, when the Most High come for that spirit, you can't hold on to that. He taking that.
Gone.
That's his.
Gone. All right. All right. We can get into another brief lesson. You know, then if y'all have anything, y'all going to go into, we could just flow right into it. You see? Yeah, we're going to go into a brief lesson, you know, concerning Israel, man. Israel is a people before it's a place. You know? Because, like, like the brother Yao Saab say, man, he talking some old bottles out by the airport. Your boy tell him, man, he ain't no Israelite because he never been to Israel. You know? But little that he know, man, he don't know that Israel is actual is the actual people before it's a place. You know, so we're gonna go into how Israel or Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. You know, and that's what these people in the world don't understand. All right, that's why your boy can talk all that shit. All right. So throughout history, you had these different nations fighting over the Holy Land, and actually they still fighting over it. You know, like if they obtain the land of the Most High or they obtain that Holy Land, then the Most High is going to be dealing with them. You know, and you got these Edomites, these Khazars, you know, with the Most High, Amalek, which the Most High promised to have war with from generation to generation. You know, these stinking Edomites who steal that land and they call themselves the so-called Jews, like the Most High dealing with them. All right, but when you go into history, you will see that those same damn Jews, so-called Jews, they were the ones who damn financed the slave trade. They provide the boats for the true Jews to come to this side of the world and be dispersed. And that happened according to prophecy. All right. These Jews, which is the so-called Jews, which they are the damn devil the Bible speak about. All right, they're the ones that steal that land. But guess what? The Most High still ain't damn dealing with them, even though they over there that land, because it started with a people. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. All right, and the Most High is dealing with the actual people. See, which is the Israelites. All right, which he's gonna gather the elect from the four winds of the earth where he scattered us, man. Lord willing, be a part of that number. All right. All right. So the first precept we're gonna hit is in the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 5, verse 19. All right. Done.
The book of 2nd Maccabees, chapter 5, starting at verse 19. It reads, Nevertheless, the Most High did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake.
Done. So the Most High chose that land for the people's sake. All right. So it starts with the physical nation of Israel. Okay, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, you are the true Jews. You are the true people that the Most High is dealing with. All right, so we are Jerusalem. We are that city of peace because the Lord chose the people, so He put us in that land for the people's sake. All right, as the scripture had said. All right, because when you go back and you look at the promise, the Most High made to Abraham, He promised that He was going to give us that land. All right, so that is our actual land. All right, but we're going to get it back when Yahweh Shai return, man, because the scripture said, wait ye upon me till I rise up to the break. You know, you ain't going to go and fight this devil for that land because you can lose. You see, because this man blessing is the flicking sword. You see? So you'll be a fool if they go and take on this devil, man. You know? Yeah, boy. Yeah. Give me Daniel chapter 9, verse 19. Man, and it's so plain, man. You know? So plain, so simple. Daniel 9 and 19.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 9, starting at verse 19. O Lord, hear. O Lord, forgive. O Lord, hearken and do. Defer not for thine own sake. O my power, for thy city and thy people are called by thy name.
John, for the city and thy people are called by thy name. You see that? Beautiful. All right, and that city is Jerusalem. All right, Jerusalem, the city of peace. All right, give me Second Chronicles 6 and 6. Before you read that, Second Chronicles, read this again, the last line.
For thy city and thy people are called by thy name.
Right, for the city and thy people are called by thy name, which is Yerushalayim. Because you're going to see that the Most High chose that place for the people. Which he said it, yeah. Second Chronicles 6 and 6.
This is the book of Second Chronicles 6 and 6. But I have chosen Jerusalem, that my name might be there, and I have chosen David to be over my people Israel.
Right, so he's chosen Jerusalem so that his name would be there. Because why? Because they are called by his name. All right, city of peace, starting with the people.
Correct.
You see that? So these nations could damn fight all they want over that land. All right, because at the end of the day, the Most High is only gonna deliver the elect anyhow. All right, and then these nations, you know, they isn't gonna make it. They ain't gonna make it because it ain't for them. All right. And the scripture speaks about how the Most High is gonna gather his elect from one end of the earth even to the next end and set us in our own land. All right, set us back up. All right, according to Isaiah chapter 14. You see, so Jerusalem is a people before it's an actual place. All right, let's go to Revelation 21, verse 1.
Book of Revelation 21 verse 1. I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there were no more sea.
Come. All right, and new heaven and new earth is speaking about a new kingdom, a new rulership. All right, that's what I'm speaking about. Read that again.
And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea.
God, the first heaven was passed away. All right, and that's going to happen by way of thermonuclear missiles.
Done.
All right, the Most High is going to destroy that shit.
Done.
All right, destruction. He's going to bring destruction. So this present world we living in right now, the Most High is going to bring this shit down by thermonuclear fire during World War III. All right. Still? Done. No.
Done.
It's right around the corner, like go to what people say.
Verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from power out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Done. All right. Now, the Christians interpret this like they see an actual city with buildings and everything coming down.
Done.
So far we see that that's speaking about the people.
Done.
All right, beginning with the elect.
Done.
All right. So while this destruction is taking place, the elect of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, is gonna be caught up into those chariots.
Done.
Okay. So Yahweh Ratazah, which is Lord willing, you know, we are part of that number. You know, we're gonna be up on those chariots, looking down at this place getting burnt up.
Done.
All right, and after that, we're gonna come back down on the earth. All right, speaking about the elect, that's the holy city.
Done.
All right, so you could read verse 2 for me again.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from power out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Right, which the holy city represents the people, which is the elect, going to be beamed up in those chariots. So we're going to come back down on the earth to rule it in righteousness. All right, that's our holy city. All right, because we already established Jerusalem as a people before it's a place. All right, but now here, this is speaking about the elect. All right, the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, isn't speaking about an actual city in the sky, you know, that's going to come out with the buildings and road and everything already prepared. No. All right, it's the same way how we built up all these different kingdoms. These nations are going to build up our kingdom. Same thing. All right. All right. And it says, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. All right, and that's symbolic because we are joined to the Lord.
Done.
All right.
Wrong interpretation of that.
Done. All right. Verse 3.
Verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of power is with men,
Done. Read.
and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and power himself shall be with them, and be their power.
Done. All right, so when Yahushua come back after this destruction, all right, it's going to be time for the kingdom of heaven.
Done.
All right, and the Most High is going to be dwelling with us and among us forever. All right, and we're going to be his people. All right. Yeah, man. So Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. All right, that's speaking about the actual Israelites. All right, that's what that's doing. All right, so anything you go into, you can just flow into it. Huh? All right. Well, let's touch a little bit on the Gentiles then. All right, so that's going over the Akim, concerning the Gentiles. Dealing with John chapter 7 and verse 35. See, when people hear Gentiles, they automatically think about the other nations. They automatically think about all people. But what they don't understand is that, there's two types of Gentiles. All right, and we're gonna prove that. Okay, so give me John 7 and 35.
This is the book of John chapter 7, verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
Right. Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? When you look up that word dispersed, that's the scattering of the Jews into foreign lands. That is spora. Okay? That's what that's talking about, man. All right? So will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? So he's talking about our people. That's who Paul was sent to. Paul wasn't sent to no damn actual heathens. That ain't make no sense. See what I said? That ain't make no sense at all. All right, to prove that, let's go to James 1 and 1, then get Peter's 1 and 1. All right.
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 1. James is servant of Yahweh and of the Most High Yahweh Shai Mashiach to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Reading.
Right, says to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. So that means the book of James, this letter, all right, is to the nation of Israel. All right, oh, you could take this damn letter and apply this to the whole world. All right, now as you can see, this is a direct precept from John 7 and 35. You see what I said? All right. Me, voice Peter.
First Peter 1 and 1. Peter, an apostle of Mashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia.
Right. Says what? The 12 tribes scattered abroad. Greetings. All right, and then it named some of the places where these Israelites were scattered. All right, and guess what? The Israelites were calling themselves after these different names. They were calling themselves Ephesians and Galatians and Colossians and Philippians and Romans and all these different shit. All right? Looking like them and speaking like them. That's who Paul was sent to. All right? Not no actual damn Gentiles, because they have no part in this. The part they have in this, they're going to serve slavery, man. See what I say? That's their lot, man. So they can live it up right now, man. You know? All right?
The book of Isaiah chapter 11, starting at verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek.
Right now it says, to which shall the Gentiles seek. You see that? What this?
And his rest shall be glorious.
All right. And we know the Israelites is going to rest in the kingdom of heaven. All right. Read.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Most High shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea.
Right, because the Israelites was dispersed into all these different areas. The scripture says, what will he go on to disperse amongst the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? You see that? All right, and guess what? They were speaking like these people. They were dressing like them people. Like Pastor Pork Chop said, they was eating the same type of foods and shit.
Started from the Most High rest.
That's it.
I got a precept on that.
All right,
It's
where's
the
your
book of
precept?
Baruch, chapter 3, starting at verse 8.
Done.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Most High power.
Done. All right, we refuse to walk in his ways, man. All right, so he damn a part of the curses that he was going to scatter us. All right, that's it on that. All right. Freaking thing in Isaiah.
This verse, it's Isaiah chapter 11, continuing at verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
Right, and the outcast of Israel is known as what? The Gentiles. All right, so that means they would be of the nation of Israel. All right, read.
And gathered together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Right, because Judah was dispersed. The nation of Israel was scattered. All right. Give me Acts chapter 2. Let's start at verse 5. All right.
This is the book of Acts chapter 2 verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
Right, out of every nation under heaven, because remember now, John 7 and 35 said, what? Will he go unto the dispersed amongst the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? All right, read on.
Now, verse 6. Now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language.
Right, read on.
And they were all amazed and marveled, saying to one another, Behold, not all these which speak Galileans?
Right, read on, because they were speaking in these different languages. Why? Because you had Israelites speaking those different languages. Same thing today. Right? Like you say, the Christians call it speaking in tongues. Which in they're right. You know, tongue simply means language.
They get a different.
They ain't know why they right.
God.
They get a different way of saying. I mean, they get their tongues. They get this some of Messiah shit.
Yeah.
What they just be saying. And they don't even understand what they just be saying.
God. All right. Read on.
And how here we every man in our own tongue, wherein we were born.
Read on.
Parthians and Medes and Elamites and the dwellers of
Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia and in Judah and Cappadocia in Pontus and Asia.
Read.
Phrygia and Pamphylia in Egypt and all the parts of Libya about Cyrene and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes.
Cretes and Arabians.
Cretes and Arabians, we do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful words of power.
Right, because you had Israelites damn scattered in all these different lands coming to Jerusalem to keep the feast. All right, and they were being referred, some of them were being referred to as Gentiles. All right, speaking these different languages. This who Paul was sent to, man. All right.
Not to everybody.
Not to everybody. All right. Let me Ephesians 2. Let's start at 11. This Gentile topic is a vast topic. You know, it's a vast topic, man.
2 and 11.
Done.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 11. Wherefore, remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are uncalled uncircumcision, by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hand.
Right. So what is happening here? The Israelite foreigners, the Israelites in the Gentile state of mind, were being called uncircumcision by those who knew that they were Israelites. That's all it's saying. You see that? So the uncircumcision are the ones who wasn't keeping the laws, all right, and following the customs of these different nations, all right, and the circumcision are the ones who was keeping the laws and who knew that they were Jews. That's it. That plain, that simple.
That's like a set of people who know the way, who the light was revealed to. Those are the Israelites. And the ones who still got that veil over their eyes, who ain't get revealed to the truth yet, those are the Gentiles.
Gone.
Not meaning, that still doesn't mean that they wasn't Israelites. They were Israelites, but their mind were clouded.
Gone.
That's where the circumcision was.
Gone.
They were uncircumcised.
Gone. All right. So you can read Ephesians 2 and 11 again.
Book of Ephesians 2 and 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in the time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hand.
Read.
That at the time ye were without Mashiach.
Right. Because at that time, they didn't know the laws. And they didn't know the name of the Most High. Read.
Being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel.
Right. Being aliens. Aliens is what? Strangers. From the commonwealth of Israel. So they are Israelites who Paul was sent to, because this is Paul speaking, man. Read.
And strangers from the covenants of promise.
Right, and strangers from the covenant of promise. They didn't know they were Israelites. They wasn't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. They wasn't conducting and behaving like Israelites, man.
Having no hope and without power in the world.
Right. They was what? Lost. All right. Yeah, man. So get it off. Yeah, man. That's it. All right. So with that, all praises is due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kudash, Shalom, Nabad Babal.